Okay guys, here we are again. This time I want to do a little bit of refactoring, as I noticed that I don't want to use this collision check we actually do at the moment. And instead of collision I want to switch over to line tracing, as I find it quite more handy, especially when we want to collide with objects which are near to each other. So here we have a little problem, as we have here multiple kinds of collision, and if I enter one collision and leave it, the text will disappear, and instead of I should be able to see the name of the other item. So let's switch that over. As you already have seen, I set this sphere here to hidden in game, so you couldn't see it back then. Yeah, for this we want to do a little bit of changes here inside the third person character, and I want to get rid of those on-component begin overlaps. And I also want to get rid of the sphere collider and debug sphere. So let's delete all this, so we haven't got another overlapping actors here, and this one is obsolete now. So all is gone now. So we are back right at the scratch at the project. So what I want to do now is set up a line trace. So this line trace would be called on the event tick, and I want to start it. Let's check out the viewport. I want to send a line trace from out of our pivot point of the character mesh up to a certain units into this direction, and this end vector here is based on the view of our camera. So when we look somewhere else, our trace will follow this camera. So we always have a vector direction this. So okay, for this I want to add a new function I just deleted. You haven't seen that, guys. And I call it do line trace on tick. What we need is two vectors. The first is a starting vector, which is here at this location, and the next one is somewhere here, multiplied by a few units into the distance. So let's check that out. Let's make a new little sequence here, as I want to add a little bit of a better overview for you and for me as well. So what we need first is the current location vector here. For this I take the capsule component and get the current world location. As we are now inside a function, we can now add some local variables I like to use now. So we add as a vector, call it vector capsule comp, and all we want to do here is this. So first sequence is getting the local vector here. Of course, the world rotation location. The next one is we now need to get the forward vector where our camera is currently looking at. So we need the Yeah, we could use the camera boom. Get world rotation, and from out of this rotation we want to get the forward vector. Yeah. We also want to store this vector now. Well, this is optional. You can choose if you want to say to store those vectors or not. But I don't like to have so much spaghettis here inside our blueprint graph, so I end up storing those inside a vector, and I can get them at any time I want without pinning all those spaghettis here. Okay, the second vector is vector camera, which is actually our direction we are looking, and we will store this one as well. This is our second sequence. So a little bit of line up here. So you go on the bottom. I also like to align our the nodes from bottom to top, but this is just a habit. Okay, and the next one is the actual line trace we want to apply. Line trace, yeah, for objects, which is fine. Okay, so starting at the line trace will start at our capsule comp location, and the end would be the camera direction, which is here. Now we need now we need to actually get the camera direction vector from here to here. We need to plus the vector. Now we have a new vector which is looking from here to whatever our direction of our camera currently is, so here or whatever we are looking at. And this vector, actually I forgot something, sorry. We need some distance now for this camera direction. So let's say we want to multiply this vector to get a new distance by let's say 500. So what we have now, this output vector would be a one from here to 500 units in the direction our camera is looking at. Okay. Yeah, I guess that should be working. If we connect those now, and our line trace should hit with some objects. So I drag out the pin of object types here, make an array of, let's say we just want to hit some world dynamic objects. Yeah, let's draw a debug line, and if we actually hit something, we first want to get the hit actor and print it out on screen. So now we need to call that function, of course, and we say it's do line trace. tick. Yeah, I guess it should work now. So first of all, we see our debug line is always pointing to the direction we are looking at, and we see on the debug messages we are actually hitting with objects which is of kind item. So the item itself doesn't have any collision anymore. I deleted it. It just has a static mesh now. So yeah, okay, this one is working. And another thing I want to do is oh no, I will do it in another part. But what we can do now is calling the interaction now. Oh no, first of all, I want to introduce something for you which is maybe kind of interesting. I uploaded the project inside the Bitbucket, so you can check it out for yourself at your local machine to always get the newest version. So after I did a new video, I will commit this to this repository, and you can always have the current version where I am actually working on. Okay. So I guess that's it for now. I don't want to do that large videos of considering the time. So I will do the next part in the next video, where we actually redo this interaction now. Okay, see you then.